are loving the green and gold on a Bok Friday, and we are loving the fact that we have the honour of the presence of Robbie Fleck and Pieter Muller. You guys have been very understanding this morning. Thank you so much. You guys go way back together. How much time do you guys get to spend with each other socially to reminisce over the golden years?
It's actually been a while, actually. Myself and Pete, we see each other every now and again out in the Cape Town scene, but you know, not that often. I think that you know, we spent a lot of time together as players, and we had a good time with that. Pete's quite a naughty guy, so it was good fun hanging around with him.
So all these years we've had it wrong. You're actually the naughty one.
Exactly.
You can see I'm the younger one if you look at him as well.
Well, getting down to business, obviously a very big weekend for the Springboks this weekend. Taking a step back and looking at the progress made by a squad that now is really balanced. We have got some youngsters that can't be ignored anymore, but our stalwarts still delivering the goods. What do you make of the Rugby Championship and the Springboks' performance this year?
Well, if I take stock of what happened last year with the Springboks and from where they've come, it's a completely different side. You know, they're playing with a lot of belief and confidence. I think that technically they've stepped up their game, and they're playing a well-balanced game now. And last year there was probably a few critics out there, but now I think that the whole of South Africa and the international rugby community has taken notice of what the Springboks are producing. And for me, it's a devastating pack, you know, that's putting teams, you know, under serious pressure, and now we've got some serious pace and skill out wide, which is finishing off the good moves.
We saw that against Australia. We saw a kind of running rugby right from the start of the game. And being able to dominate against Australia like that, that's got to make you feel incredibly proud.
No, it is, you know, especially Australia as well. You know, it's been a good attacking side, but it just shows you that Hanneke May is sitting with a plan, you know, for the next couple of years and slowly implementing it year by year. And like Robbie said, it's nice to see the Boks running it from their own 22 and scoring a try.
Is it all about World Cup 2015? Is that where the mindset is now? How do you keep that balance of having to take on the All Blacks in a game like this and throwing forward to a long campaign like that? How do you keep that balance?
Well, I think that every coach that gets employed at the international level has, you know, World Cup plans, and it's a 4-year cycle. So definitely Hanneke has got into his first year, and he made it through there under all the pressures, and now he's got his plans in place. He's getting the players that he wants. You know, he's been very lucky enough to bring some players back overseas to be part of it. You know, those senior players have got all the test caps to groom the youngsters, and I think that between ourselves and the All Blacks, I'd say we're probably the pace setters in terms of leading for that World Cup in 2 years' time. And but this game specifically is still, I think, is massively important for that World Cup, you know, campaign. If we win this game, you know, it's going to set a precedent for the next 2 years.
I was going to say, South African rugby's always been about a culture of winning, and as soon as we lose that, we seem to absolutely fall apart. What has been the difference? Why is it clicking now, and what has Hanneke been able to instill there that is getting the squad to gel in the way that it is?
That's a good question. No, I think it's just a belief, you know, and I think that's what it is at the moment. If you look at the All Blacks after the World Cup, you know, they've got the belief of winning and make it hard to beat them. But the moment our belief is stepping up, and I think if we get it right and you get the timing right, you know, you want to be at that top, and your attitude should be right at that World Cup, you know, to actually be confident to win it.
Now, if I can ask you lastly before we wrap up, what is it like going out as a Springbok playing against the All Blacks? How much fear, how much adrenaline is involved in an experience like that?
Oh, well, that's the most epic test match you can play. It's the, you know, the greatest rivalry in world rugby, and for me personally, it was just you know, an amazing challenge. And I think this weekend for these guys, it is going to be the biggest test match of their lives.
I think for a lot of the fans as well. Pieter, Robbie, thank you so much for joining us for our 3rd birthday celebration. I promise you will get some banana bread and cake. Yeah. Believe it or not, that is a cake.
I think he's been tucking into the banana bread.
Great to have 2 rugby heroes in studio with us. I hope you're proudly wearing your green and gold today on a Bok Friday. Of course, the Springboks taking on the All Blacks tomorrow at Ellis Park in the Rugby Championship decider. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to go don my Latin dancing outfit. Can you believe it? We're bringing this dancer out of retirement for a very special performance. We'll see you on the other side.